Hello and welcome to Super Smash Bros. League, Season 5 Preseason Week 2. I'm Snuffy Sam and I'm joined today by...
Mario!
And yeah, we had a very interesting week last week. Most of the matches were pretty close. We had a couple of blowouts. I think some teams definitely continuing to test. Obviously the win-loss record hasn't been updated yet because there haven't been any actual wins and losses.
Some teams are still testing during this week, so it would not be fair for them to,
Bless you.
Sorry about that. Thank you. It would not be fair for their testing to be marked as losses during this week, so this is just like seeing where everyone is and everyone gauging their competition, trying to see where everyone is.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess without further ado, I guess let's get into our first match of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So for match 1, we have Third Wheels versus the Athletes.
My boys, and girl.
Yes.
Actually, two girls.
Yeah. So last week, Athletes won. I think it was a pretty close victory for them. And Excalibur, Third Wheels lost to Excalibur.
Yeah, it was a close match for both our matches, for both our games though. And what the biggest point of that match that everyone pointed out, and honestly I'm proud about, Ken showed up.
Yeah.
Ken, I think it was marked as the weakest member of the league at one point.
He's been the weakest member for a while. Yeah, I mean, he easily has the worst AI in the league, I would say. Even still, I would still say that. But just because he has reuse AI but not reuse moves.
Yeah, and but recently he's been improving. He's been doing a lot better, and he even showed up against Ganondorf, which is not an easy thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But for the Athletes, I believe. What did you say that they had a win or loss last week?
They had a win. Yep.
They had a win. They are honestly showing up as well. And honestly, this seems like it's going to be a good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since both the maps that both teams have chosen are kind of small-ish.
Yeah.
So this will be a Knuckles Dragon Brawl right here.
Yeah, but let's just get into it. Third Wheels versus Athletes. So, we're starting with Joker versus Wario. Wario was benched last week, so we didn't get to see him perform.
Oh, similar builds too, except for one difference between the both. Joker has Boulder-style Ender Dragon, while Wario has Boulder-style Geese Howard.
That's not really similar builds. Those are pretty different.
It's just Boulder-style.
Yeah.
But, right now, I'm wondering what's gonna go off first. Like, Wario, look at that smash meter right now. And you know that's gonna be deadly, but can he survive against this? Because he's already at almost 80% right now.
Yeah, as soon as he hits 80, yep, there we go. He's gonna get that final smash in about a second. And, but, oh my goodness, there he goes. He doesn't even get to use it. Not like they would have done it.
Joker threw his own motorcycle and said, "Hey, you forgot this."
Yeah, not like the final smash would have done anything, but 2 final smashes might have done something. So that was pretty good for Joker.
Joker's a lightweight, so that might, with the Blast Zone's a little closer on this map, I would assume. Mm-hmm. It might have actually done something.
Yep, but here we have Me Gunner coming in.
Me Gunner running the strategist-style Wheezing Halberd. Mm-hmm. Now, that means that they're gonna hit harder and they're gonna take up more damage. Not take more damage, but take less damage.
Yeah.
And right now they're really showing Joker what it means right now.
Yeah, I mean Joker almost has access to his final smash, which could kill. It doesn't really do well before the opponent hits 100 and it insta-kills.
No, because it's an insta-kill. Oh, never mind.
There goes Joker.
Yeah, they didn't even get to. But here comes our boy Ken. You can do it, Ken! Wait, no.
Well, there he goes.
And
He tried his best.
he tried his best. And that's the sad thing about, I think, people underestimate the Miis in some circles, but I don't. The Miis are smart. Like, the Mii knew exactly what to do against a character with a bad recovery. Like, he grabbed, launched, and then edge guarded. That is like some Evo style stuff right there.
Yeah, and Sora keeps keeps trying to Sonic Blade through bombs, which isn't really for the best, I think.
And I think this is a bad stage for Sora because this is not going to leave room for Sora to dodge the final smash if it goes off right now. And he likes to launch people far off the stage. He doesn't really hit too hard.
Yeah, but Mii Gunner wasting that final smash beater. That's very good for Sora.
Might not need it though, because might not need it based on how he's playing right now. Because look at this monster.
Yeah, and there goes Sora. In comes Sonic. And huge lead for athletes right now. Yeah,
no, Mii Gunner's a monster right now. Oh, Sonic, that's not gonna work on this stage because the blast zone from the top is incredibly high.
Yeah, but I mean, what other options you got?
Yeah, well,
Sonic
he does
really
have his fist at least, but he never really uses it, does he?
Yeah, like a back air would kill, but they just don't hit with back airs. The AI.
No, and the longer this Mii Gunner stays in, the harder it's gonna be for Third Wheels to make a comeback.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Takes out Mii Gunner, but in comes Mii Brawler, who can be a very devastating character. What's he running?
Mii Gunner is running. I mean, Brawler is fighting tank style Gold Mario, which against Sonic is not the best, since Sonic does like doing those light hits to stun them for that moment and then grab them, do their damage, and then get out. But with Gold Mario, they kind of ignore that first part.
Yeah, and wow, Mii Brawler is melting through Sonic's health right now.
Do you ever wish that teammates could swap in and out, kind of like in Dragon Ball Z?
Oh yeah, that would be really, like, that would have so much more
versatility.
Yeah, versatility and yeah, exactly.
So this is Gold Mario versus Gold Mario right now, by the way. And honestly, I can see Banjo taking out Mii's Brawler, but taking out both Sword Fighter and Mario?
Not Mario, Mega Man.
Mega Man, I'm sorry. The red top made me confused for a second.
Yeah, but yeah, I think one thing to keep in mind with like the potentially like tagging is that in a DBZ League, honestly, there's not as much point to planning your back end. Whereas, you know, here, if you had, you know, guessed that Mii Brawler was going to be in the back end, if you guessed that there were going to be armor characters in the back end, that you could have put Sonic earlier, for instance.
Yeah, honestly, if I had done a little bit better prediction, maybe I could have seen this coming. But honestly, no one could have predicted how good Mii Gunner was right there, because my God,
yeah,
he just demolished, did he not?
Yeah, incredibly dominant performance. I mean, Ken did try to jump off the stage, but
Ken did jump off the stage, but that's just what level 9s do. They like to dance off stage, sadly.
Yeah. But yeah, very good for athletes. Unfortunately, I don't think Wario did what they really wanted him to.
Well, I think it's also because Joker did not really give him a chance to, did he?
Yeah, I mean, Geese Howard can be a good counter to Ender Dragon. But yeah, Joker really had Wario's number here. But
he really did, yeah.
But on to the next match. And for match 2, we have Team Retro versus Excalibur. So I believe both of these teams won last week. I think both of them had fairly strong victories.
Yeah, and Team Retro is choice in map, and then the Team Excalibur choice in map are a bit unusual. I don't think I've seen Retro. Wait, no, I think Retro has been running Dracula's Castle, have they not?
In testing, they have. In testing, they have. I don't believe they did last season. I think they just ran some other whatever maps. I think they ran Hyrule's Castle for a bit. Yeah, Dracula's Castle I think is new for them, but they did definitely run it in testing.
Yeah. Well, right now, all I can say is both teams look like they have some good matchups right now. With the first match round starting off with Piranha Plant versus Shulk.
Yeah, but I guess let's just get into it then. Right?
Yeah.
Piranha Plant versus, Team Retro versus Excalibur. Alright, so what are Piranha Plant and Shulk running?
Piranha Plant is running the Boulder style Solstice, while Shulk is running equipment style Ender Dragon. Ender Dragon being a popular choice this season for just starting off in general.
Yeah, starters are really good with Ender Dragon, though you have to be careful. As much as Geese Howard is somewhat of a counter for Ender Dragon, Sothis is definitely a counter for Ender Dragon.
Yeah, and Piranha Plant is pretty bad. Not bad as in bad, I mean, like, pretty good. Based on the PD Piranha, and then it's hard to escape it. It's not one of those that can easily be escaped. Because the fact that if you touch him at all, I think you just get trapped in the cage, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And not at date 8. Okay. Did it not proc?
No, it hasn't procced yet. He hasn't hit 100 is when Sothis procs.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I was looking at the Shulk. I got the two mixed up for a second.
Yeah. But Shulk going into Buster, I'm not sure that's the correct move. Yeah, because that just means you're going to do more damage without killing, and he's going to be back down to 0.
Yeah. And right now, it looks like Piranha, even though it's like technically 119, 125 now, it does look like Shulk is suffering at the moment, but he is like 1% off from activation. Oh, wait. Didn't. Oh, nothing. Oh, jeez, that's almost a kill.
Yeah, the final smash will definitely kill from Piranha Plant. It's just a matter of if he'll need it.
Oh. I guess at this point, yeah, safety, make sure he dies from this.
Not gonna hit it, I don't think. No! Manages to dodge it.
Stairs!
Yeah, the stairs.
Get them all.
Yeah, stairs caused a lot of trouble for the cages. Managed to completely duck under them. And now Shulk has his final smash at the ready.
And I believe his is a pretty strong one. Can probably kill if it hits at this percentage.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cutscene one, so I wouldn't be surprised. But no, he wastes it. Yeah.
I'm wondering if he thought he didn't need it or if there was never an opportunity to use it.
But there goes Shulk. I mean, it activates at a pretty close range, so I wouldn't be surprised. But in comes Piranha Plant to hopefully try and break
Pyra Mithra, you mean?
Oh, yeah. Pyra and Mithra. Oh, my goodness. Stage morph kill for both of them.
I think Piranha Plant was in the middle of its long attack animation and just kept Pyra there. And if that was on purpose, very smart from him.
Yeah, since he was already at the end of his stock.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Pyra and Mithra, we didn't get to see last week. We didn't get to see them this week very much.
We didn't technically see them either this week.
Yeah. But in comes Peach, who was another character
who was running tank style Ezio or Elzo, Rock Mario Shedinja versus Hero, who's running tank style Azura Ezlo.
Alright, and yeah, Peach recently buffed. No, it got desynced again. So Peach, I mean, normally considered the worst on Retro, easily.
But it's looking like that right now, though.
I mean, notably, they kept Peach this season over Pac-Man. So whatever buffs, she did get buffed between last season and this season, so We'll see to what extent those helped.
Yeah, and one other thing that it does seem like she's doing a lot more than she did last season.
She's already got
she's
got Hero up to 120. She could definitely kill if she gets a smash back, but no, Hero kills first.
But damage done to the Hero though.
Yeah, she kept the lead for her team. Dr. Mario just needs to get one good attack.
Which it looks like he's trying to do, but not the greatest.
Yeah.
Is this a state? Oh, I thought it was a stage morph already.
No, that is just that's just what this stage does. And wow, Hero's already got Dr. Mario up to around 50. What's Dr. Mario running?
Dr. Mario is running strategy style halberd of Majora's Mask. So he was already at 30%.
And oh boy, we're right at the edge. This might kill actually. Yeah, it takes out Dr. Mario, and Retro now has a huge deficit to make up.
I mean, now we have not Dark Pit.
Yeah, I mean he's Pit.
Style, Dark Pit, forgetful style Geese Howard. Is that just to use his really good Final Smash twice?
Yeah, that's the idea. In case it doesn't kill the first time. Although last time it did kill in one hit on basically fresh stock Snake, so...
Yeah, but Cloud, my word, right now.
Yeah, Pit is just not able to get any combos off. Cloud is running Big B-style Gold Mario, so he's gonna have that armor.
Cloud used to be the ace of third wheels, if I recall, and it's definitely showing why, and why he's been consistently staying on this team. Oh, this is not gonna kill at all, is it?
Maybe it might. No, it did not. But, you know, the next one might. He just needs to... I mean, he's on Big B style, though. That's the thing. It increases your weight as well as your defense. So, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to get any more damage on Cloud in between us. Cloud, why are you at the edge?
Why are you at the edge?
Kills. Yeah, that kills. And Pit has taken it back, though he's up against Ike with with basically no build.
Yeah. Best thing to do, Pit, do as much damage as you can right now. Use your arrows. Spam your arrows if you want to survive this.
Yeah, and there goes Pit. Managed to take up to around 27%, but Samus definitely has a lot of work to do to bring this back.
Oh, yeah. But Samus is running the Big V style Polar Bear and Wheezing, so slow movement, but hard to hit, hard to move itself. And Ike is also running Demon style Halberd Gulligan, just pure damage.
Yeah, with pure stats, basically. It's not as strong as you can get, I guess, because you could run Demon style Happy Mask Salesman, Majora's Mask Gulligan. But that's a little risky, so Halberd basically takes your stats up back to neutral from how much Demon style lowers it.
Yeah, does it make it exactly even, or does it like...
it's not exactly even. It's about close to even, I would say.
Right now, if either team is hoping for the Final Smash victory...
Whose was that? Oh, that was Samus. Wow. I think that was Samus's back air hitting the wrong direction.
Yeah. I don't even know if that was on purpose. But congratulations to Team Retro for your victory.
Yeah, on a very close match.
Piranha Plant, putting in that early work, really counted and was very necessary for that team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, though Shulk survived a surprising amount of time against Piranha Plant.
Oh, yeah.
And managed to get the Piranha Plant to around kill percent again.
Yeah, it's ironic because the stairs worked for them and against them at the same time in this match, because I don't know why Cloud was just deciding to chill on the stairs at that moment.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely some spots on Dracula's Castle where you can get those early Final Smash kills, which is for sure what Retro is hoping for with Pit.
Oh yeah, but Piranha Plant seems to have suffered from that one. But Piranha Plant is not built for the Final Smash, he's just built for the damage.
Yep. But I think congrats to both teams. It was a very close fight. And considering you both won last week, you know, I think you're both going to be strong teams in the main season.
Yeah, both teams to watch out for.
But on to the next match. So for match 3, we have Super Bash Sisters versus the Beefcakes. Just to for some context, last season, Super Bash Sisters and Beefcakes were the 2 lowest ranked teams in the league. They were the teams that got eliminated.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you cannot take them seriously. Any team can rise from the bottom to the top very quickly. A good example, during the first season, Third Wheels was not considered to be an ample threat. People considered it one of the weaker ones. Ended up winning the season. Always gonna.
Pretty sure you got I guess.
It wasn't.
No,
until,
you were in the higher. I thought you were in the higher ranks of the.
No, we had lost our first couple matches, but that was when we discovered Celebi Sonic.
Yes. Anyway, looking at last week's performances, Super Bash Sisters won and Beefcakes lost. So Beefcakes definitely looking for a win. So they, to be sure, they won't be last again at least.
Yeah, and I have to say both teams have great potential to do great things this season. Like, for one example, Sephiroth can be a heavy damage dealer, can deal so much, and then what we just saw with Peach, it should translate over to Daisy, hopefully.
Yeah, and completely different builds, but yeah.
Different builds, but hopefully same mentality. And Byleth is of course one of the biggest damage dealers you can do in this game. So hopefully we can see some good performances out of both teams.
Yep. But let's just get into it, I suppose. Super Bash Sisters versus the Beefcakes.
Now, we had a little discussion before this because on the build sheet, there was a Samus purple and
Zero Suit Samus purple, I should specify.
Samus
purple is easy. Samus, that's the gravity suit. But that was last match, and she didn't use that one.
But Zero Suit Samus does not have a purple ult, so
yeah,
we had to make a decision.
Yes.
But starting off with Byleth versus Zero Suit. Zero Suit is running the Demon-style Geese Howard, while Byleth is running Tank-style Roxas.
Yep, so
Now, Roxas, if I recall, it's mostly one that deals with, like, the air combos, correct?
Nah, it's sword damage. It's like Gulligan, it's like a Zero. I mean, it's basically like a Zero plus Quickman, I would say, or maybe... Oh! Well, there goes Zero Suit Samus. Didn't get to use her Final Smash, unfortunately.
No. And, oh my word. It's equal damage right now, but Byleth, my word. Was Byleth running the Rox? Was Byleth running Roxas in the last match, actually?
Last week?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think she's been running it. The last week, Pikachu... Oh, well, there goes Lil Mac. That's not that surprising. I mean, it's a little surprising, actually, considering he has Big B Style and Might, both of which increase your
Not only
air
that, look at... Byleth does not have any healing, and look at their damage.
Yeah, has not really been touched. Oh my goodness.
What is happening? What are we seeing?
Did I forget to put builds on them? Did I forget to put builds on them? Okay, let's see if Sephiroth... Hang on, let's see if Sephiroth lasts until 100. Let's see if Sephiroth lasts until 100, because if he does, then I may have forgotten to put builds on them.
Oh, no.
This is the sort of thing that only happens if I forget to put builds on them. Come on, Sephiroth. Just let him live to 100. Just let him live to 100, Byleth. Just one small hit. Come on. Just a little hit. Little hit. Okay, nope, definitely has builds. Oh no.
So that means
oh no.
Byleth is just destroying right now. Byleth, what did they put in your cereal today? Did you eat your favorite brand of cereal today or something? Oh, so we're back to the King of Fighters, so there's no...
Yeah, I mean, this is Beefcake's home... Oh no. Here comes the so with this JPEG. The ibuprofen. And Sephiroth is about to use his Final Smash. This could turn things around, or it could do absolutely nothing. Let's see which one it is.
I think that sword has good long range.
Yeah. Very good connection rate on his final smash. Oh, and it just kills. That's good. Because sometimes it does random stuff like converts your controls that is completely useless. But still, massive advantage for Super Bash Sisters.
Oh yeah, and let's take a look. We haven't had a chance to stop because we were just in awe of it. But let's see. Sephiroth is running Forgetful Style Solstice as we saw. Never mind. Snake, who is running Gravity Style Meloetta Shedinja, and Wii Fit Trainer, who is running Forgetful Style Gold Mario. So, kind of a so unflinching build versus the super build. I mean, the Final Smash build.
It's not really a Final Smash build. I mean, it both is and isn't because Snake's build is for healing, right? But healing can get you Final Smash because it lets you last for a long time. Yes,
and it's actually strange to me because I've only ever seen Snake on his Final Smash build. So
I mean, Zero Suit Samus is here. You know, Zero Suit Samus has will want to run Final Smash, and that's the thing to note is that Snake is just better than Zero Suit Samus on things that aren't his Final Smash. So it's if you're gonna give the Meloetta to one of them, you might as well give it to Snake.
Yeah, and I guess there's another thing. Snake's Final Smash is mainly meant to get people off the stage and hit the blast zone. If this is your choice of map, that's probably not the best for this, is it?
Yeah. Whereas Zero Suit Samus's can literally drag people into the skybox or directly towards the walls.
And then there is that little final hit that finishes off the thing, so could get someone through the blast wall. So I agree. This is probably in the long run probably the best decision.
Yeah,
but we're back on Duck Hunt though.
Yeah, Snake's starting to get close to his Final Smash. So's Wii Fit Trainer, but hers doesn't do anything. Well, hers might do anything actually with how high damage Snake is.
Yeah, it is essentially just Mario's giant fireball.
Yeah,
but just a
bit wider. Well, there she goes. Anyway, you did your job, Wii Fit Trainer. You know, you took care of Sephiroth. You took Snake up to 120 damage. No complaints here.
I was wondering, what is Isabelle doing? Isabelle?
I think she's stalling. I mean, if you look at... Well, is stalling not gonna help for Isabelle? Look at her build. What's Isabelle's build?
Yeah, Isabelle, you are running Brick Wall Style, Meloetta, Majora's Mask. So you automatically start with 30, but you heal from that 30. And we all have now Chrom, who is the final member, Strategy Style Halberd Golikin.
If he can get through Isabelle without taking too much damage, then I think he has a chance. But if he... because I think Inkling and Daisy, well, they've improved a lot since the last time we saw them. Since last season, rather.
Yeah, and honestly, I want to see that. Daisy is my favorite Nintendo princess, and honestly, I want to see Daisy succeed, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, but well, that's the thing. I think if Chrom at low damage can fight through Inkling and Daisy, he has a chance because Chrom is a very good character, especially on this build. You know, Isabelle is no joke at only at 47%.
Isabelle, you can stop fishing. You're not gonna fish up a Chrom.
I think she is. I think she is gonna fish up a Chrom eventually. She just keeps trying it.
I would love if there was like a little mini thing like on maps that have water, kind of like Tortimer's Island, that you can fish up items using the fishing rod.
Yeah.
Imagine. Okay, so we're back on King of Fighter Stadium, meaning Isabelle's fishing rod throwing them off stage is not going to exactly work, but that doesn't mean to underestimate Isabelle. Isabelle can still do plenty of burst damage really quickly.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, like that.
Keep in mind that she is on Brick Wall Style, which halves the damage you do.
But Chrom is trying to get her to the blast zone right now, you can tell. But I'm not sure if he... Oh, he needs a good hit. I feel like he needs a smash hit right now. Because his counter doesn't really particularly do him a lot, does it?
I mean, it depends on how much damage the other person deals to him. But Isabelle's just not going to be doing that much damage per hit.
No.
And she's about to hit her final smash. This could be devastating for Chrom. Misses it.
Mr. Nook's like, where's my $1 million? I thought I was about to make $1 million bells.
Not quite yet. But Chrom desperately needs to get rid of Isabel. I mean, with his final smash, he could be able to do it, but at least needs to get Isabel up to 80%.
Yeah, not only that, look at the damage, and he still has to go through 2 characters. And he does not have any type of healing, does he?
No.
No, he does not. Oh, this is not good for...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the thing. If Daisy was next and Inkling was last, I'd say Chrom could still do this, because there is a good chance that Chrom will heal off Daisy's final smash, but... Oh my goodness, just at the tip. Isabel was just barely in range of that.
And here comes Inkling. Inkling, who was running Land Style, Halberd, Shine Sprite.
Okay, still fully charging your down smash when you connect with the roller. Huh. You know that doesn't work, right?
The computer knows how to button mash really quickly.
Yes.
Oh.
No, we're back on Duck Hunt. Oh right, that's why Byleth did so well. That's the rule. It's the rule that whenever Megalovania is playing, someone goes Diamond.
Of course.
Anyway. Wow. I mean, I will say, you know, Sephiroth, Snake, and Chrom brought it closer to the end than we thought it was going to be. But Byleth, just a monster.
Yeah, Byleth was just a monster. And that was the kind of thing I said at the beginning, where Byleth is one of the biggest damage bursters in the game. And we just saw that happen right in front of us.
Yeah, I think, to an extent, I mean, you need Little Mac to be on your home stage. You need Little Mac to be on King of Fighters Stadium, otherwise he's not going to perform well. But
yes,
the thing is that it's not really their fault that he wasn't, because, you know, generally, the average time on field is 2 minutes, right? Which is the same time as stage morph. So generally, you're going to have the second character on the away map, right? So
yeah,
I don't know what they could have done differently.
Zero Suit Samus, I think, was under 45 seconds alive on the stage. So
yeah.
Oy.
Yeah, I think if Zero Suit Samus had managed to get her final smashes, then I think she could have really taken it to Byleth. Unfortunately, it's just a pretty bad matchup to start the match with.
Unfortunately. But that's just how it goes sometimes. We see some potential in both. We see a lot of potential in both teams to be top of the league this season. So let's see what they can do.
Yep. But on to the next match. So for match 4, we have Team Arsenal versus Team Villain.
Now, both teams are very dangerous. Both teams have heavy hitters that have been known to just destroy teams in the past.
Yep. Although both teams also have some characters that have been considered sort of on the weaker end. You've got like Mewtwo and Meta Knight, Falco and Wolf to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of polarized teams in that way. Some very light hitters and some very heavy hitters.
Oh yeah. And honestly, both teams have shown great potential in past seasons. And as each season goes on, you only learn the ins and outs of each of the characters, which honestly makes you much more of a deadlier threat going forward. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in this.
Yeah. Looking at last week, both Arsenal and Villain lost.
So both teams are looking for a reason to try to get a victory today.
Yeah. But I guess let's just get into the match.
Yes.
Alright, Arsenal versus Team Villain.
Now, we're starting off the match with Rob versus Incineroar. Rob, who is running the Big B style Gold Mario, and Incineroar running Tank style Ho-Ho Rock Mario.
I guess they didn't like Incineroar falling off their stage last week, so they gave him Ho-Oh.
Ho-Oh's the one that gives you the extra jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that does counteract his bad recovery.
Yeah,
But-
although it comes at the cost of anything that 2 points is a lot of points.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Honestly,
a
I
whole
feel like
halberd.
Honestly, I feel like Ho-Oh should be like a 1-cost spirit. If
Yeah,
anything.
that would be nice. Unfortunately, can't change that.
Yet, maybe in the future.
Can't change that. But there are some things you can do with amiibos to have more points than are legally allowed. But it's very restrictive in which spirits you can actually combine together.
True. Right now, it does seem like they're kind of even on damage, despite Rob running the unflinching Gold Mario, which I do like that they chose the gold plating on Rob to match that. By the way, I do appreciate that.
And he's on a Big B style, right?
Yeah,
And
so
his
yellow
B
for the
color.
B's as well. Let's see. Oh, so Rob is taking a lot of damage right now, actually.
Yeah.
Is this can this be an early kill for Rob? Because I believe it's around 100% where Gold Mario kind of stops working. Not that it stops taking effect, but more like where the hits
Yeah, I mean,
become that much
you can see where basically with Incineroar, it's just like his forward air even is giving Rob this knockback that normally wouldn't.
Yeah, so good on Incineroar for getting him that quickly. Because normally Gold Mario characters, they're normally one of the toughest challenges you have to get through.
Oh, and there we
Oh!
go. Using the slightly mistimed version of the side B to send his opponent upwards towards the blast zone.
And here comes Wolf with Tank Style Ender Dragon. Now, Wolf, you need to get close to Incineroar in order to do the damage, please.
And
but
Incineroar has
here
his
comes-
final smash at the ready, gonna connect.
Does this turn off his Ender Dragon?
Well, it's definitely off now. Yeah, it's gone. But
He needs to finish off Incineroar now.
yeah, one good smash attack will do it, but unfortunately, Wolf's just not really doing that yet.
Yeah. Wolf, you need to get like one good you're at that percentage where even a light tap from a heavy attack would finish him.
And there we
Like
go.
that.
Yeah, just a
Like
good
that.
dash attack. I think that was even the sour spot of his dash attack, but there we go.
Yeah, but 83% he's left with though. So this is gonna be an uphill battle for him against Meta Knight, who is running, I should say, Big B style Mithra Victini. And oof, he's getting the damage. He's getting
Yep.
the damage. Tell me, what does Mithra do again?
It's a critical hit one, so there's like a small chance with each attack you use that you get a big critical hit that like doubles your damage basically.
I see. Well, let's see if it takes into effect, because Wolf has brought this back against Meta Knight. They're almost at the same percentage. A smash attack from either side is going to finish off the other. Has Meta Knight just not been allowed to? Has Wolf just really brought this back, or is this just Meta Knight not really
I
working?
think Meta Knight hasn't done much. I think he, is just not very aggressive, but also Wolf has been sort of keeping him out of distance.
Yeah, that blaster has been helpful. Oh, here comes Wolf's final smash.
Wolfpack will connect, and that will kill.
Wolf bringing this back into a lead for his team.
No, he techs it into
What?
the stage. What?
I've never seen that. And he counters and finishes off Wolf. What? I was not expecting that, actually.
And in comes King K. Rool, the ace of Team Arsenal.
Oh, jeez, what is happening? What is happening? Why is
Meta
all of a
Knight woke up.
sudden-
He woke up. He was giving oh, never mind. A very short blast zone on this stage.
Yeah, but damage done, my word. And here comes Dark Samus, who is running Demon-style Halberd Zapfish. Now, this This is an interesting matchup. This is heavy range versus... I would say a mid-range fighter, actually. I would say King K. Rool's a mid-range fighter, right?
Yeah, I suppose. He has some really good close-range stuff. He also has some good zoning tools.
Yeah, and right now, it does seem like they're kind of even, but King K. Rool did start off this fight with 30%, so... Oh, okay, so right now... Oh!
Oh my goodness! Dark Samus footstools him.
Oh.
She footstooled him and he couldn't make it back. And in comes Diddy Kong.
Like, what is up with this match and the weirdness so far, huh?
I mean, they picked some weird stages.
Yeah, that is true. I've never seen this map in rotation all too much, but it seems like this is the season of different map choices from last season.
You know, it's the preseason, so now it's the time to test weird maps.
Yeah, that is honestly true. Right now, Diddy Kong is trying his best to finish off Dark Samus, but Dark Samus is not letting him. Although I will say the up smash is not working that well against Diddy because Diddy is a smaller character, and Samus slipped on the banana peel.
Yep. Well, it's hard to see on this stage, you know?
There is yellow, and did you just jump right on top of the banana peel?
I don't think she knows. I don't think she understands that it's a bad thing.
But I know she understands this is a good thing right here. Diddy Kong trying to get out of the way so he doesn't get hit. Is it gonna work though? And
nope.
Misses.
Failure.
I was probably not the best spot to use that. Oh jeez. So it's still in Team Villain's lead, but Diddy Kong can easily turn that around, especially since Diddy Kong has one of the best final smashes in the game.
Ooh. Oh, very strong up B, and still hasn't killed Dark Samus.
Dark Samus holding onto that banana peel for dear life, and oh,
there she goes. But Team Villain's still in the lead right now.
Yes, Mewtwo, who's running strategy style Gold Mario. I'm guessing they're hoping that Mewtwo does some good smash attacks or can fire off his Shadow Ball without any issue.
Yeah, his Shadow Ball will do a lot of damage with this build. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you should have charged that up a little bit. That might have been a kill if he had done that.
Yeah, but if you want a character who charges things up, you want Inkling, so...
That is honestly true. Oh, that's not going to kill, I don't think.
It might. Mewtwo's pretty light. It kills. And Villains and Arsenal has taken the lead.
One of the best final smashes in the game, everyone.
Yeah, interesting that Diddy Kong isn't running Final Smash this year. He's running Halberd. But it's definitely helping him.
Yeah, that is true. But Diddy Kong is proving to be a survivor so far. And maybe they're proving that they don't need to quickly go into it. Maybe they're proving like that all they need is just a chance to get to it and deal the damage first. Because I don't know if that would have done the same if it was still at 0, if Mewtwo was still at 0, right?
Yeah. But there goes Diddy Kong. It's pretty close to an even match right now.
It really is. It's Enderman versus Falco, and I don't know who has the advantage. I honestly don't know.
What builds are they running?
Falco is running Demon Style Sophist, while Enderman is running Forgetful Style Meloetta Gulligan.
Yeah, and Enderman already at Diamond Tools. That's not great for Falco.
It really is not. He's been loving that little fire thing so far.
Yeah, the Flint and Steel. Oh!
Wait, what?
And managed to get him up to they're on the top platform.
Did Falco win that exchange? Because he came back with less damage, or?
I don't know. But Falco does not really want to be up there unless he thinks he can... Oh! Never mind. There we go. And now Falco's at 0 damage again.
Yeah, so... But this doesn't necessarily mean Enderman's out, because there's one down... Yeah, there it is. The final smash. It's a cutscene final smash, and it does quite a bit of knockback, actually.
Oh! It connects. This could kill.
From that distance, I don't know, but maybe it will.
But remember, Falco has demon style. Oh my goodness, he survives and he has his final smash, which should kill if he hits with it. But he needs to hit with it. Oh, what? Yeah. He does hit with it. Okay. But Enderman survives.
Why did both of them, Wolves and Falcos, just not do what they're supposed to?
I don't know.
And now they're back at almost even percentages in damage.
Mm-hmm.
They're, oh my word. This is...
Oh my goodness, Falco hits a back air, taking out Enderman.
This match could have literally gone either way. I would not feel bad for either team right now, because this was an incredibly good and close match.
Yeah, for sure. Incineroar, on that weird Ho-Oh build, did surprisingly well. Doesn't even need, stat boosters on his build, I guess.
No, and I'm guessing that's because he already gets his stat boost when he does his counter, which does help. And when Wolf came into play, he did his work. Meta Knight, when he decided to wake up, did work. King K. Rool kind of got early killed by that footstool, unfortunately for him.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Diddy Kong was a massive part of that comeback for Arsenal, though.
Oh yeah. And Falco did his work. That's all we can really say.
Yeah. But I guess on to our next match. So for match 5, we have Team Pintsize versus Beast Battalion. So both of these teams won last week.
Both teams won last week, and Beast Battalion also last season's champion. And honestly, that just shows even more that you need to take each team seriously, and especially teams that have little weird mechanics actually to them. Like Beast Battalion has some of the weirdest mechanics to them if you think about it. Lucario with his damage, Pokemon Trainer being able to swap out from heavy to light to medium, and Jigglypuff with its Sing Sleep mechanic, and Pintsize having its own weird mechanics with Ice Climber's double hitting, Kirby's copying, not Ice Climber's Villager being able to snatch everything out.
Yeah, I don't think Kirby's copying that really comes into effect very much in the league, but
he tries. He tries.
But yeah, I guess let's just get into it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Team Pintsize versus Beast Battalion.
Also, I saw that they switched Bowser Jr. to Morton. Who was it that they constantly use, or was it always Morton?
This is the first time. This is the first season, rather, that Pintsize has had Bowser Jr.
Really, who was it that had Bowser Jr. last time I recall?
Last season, I believe, was on Super Bash Sisters.
And it was Wendy O'Cooper, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was stuck on Wendy.
I'm wondering why they chose Morton. Huh.
I don't know.
But
Morton's cool.
Yeah. But I should talk about their builds. Pac-Man, who is running Forgetful Style, Meloetta Shedinja, and Lucario, who's running Big B Style Geese Howard. Geese Howard being that final Smash build.
Yeah, and definitely does well on it.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I ever have with Lucario's Final Smash is that on larger maps, he tends to, be weirdly placed sometimes.
Not really. He always goes to the center, I guess.
Yeah, but I think on certain maps, it is, a little bit of an hindrance. I believe, a good example, Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
That is a good example of a big stage that doesn't exactly lend well because it gives too much space for the enemy to avoid it fully.
But
this stage does not have that issue.
Indeed. Lucario at 80%, but Pac-Man's still only at 20. Lucario using his Final Smash, gonna connect, but I don't know if this is gonna kill. It does not. Oh my goodness, it does.
It must have barely clipped it.
Yeah.
So, right now, he's about to get a second final smash, and if he keeps Kirby to the ledge...
Here we go. I don't know if this kills at 0. No, it does not. But, you know, very good start from Lucario. There he goes. And it's an even match again.
Oh, that's right. Does Kirby automatically lose?
Yes, he loses his copy ability when he KOs someone. Because it actually unloads their data.
Okay.
Yeah. The Switch wouldn't be able to handle 10 characters loaded into data, so it literally unloads their data.
Gotcha. Although... Oh, a lot of counters this game, actually. Both Lucario and Greninja using them right now. Oh, hey, Greninja, water. You're a water type.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, both of them are doing decent damage to each other right now. Oh, wait. Did we load into a version without any trees, or was this... Or
yeah,
is this
I mean, that happens. That happens sometimes.
Oh.
It's completely random how many trees there are.
Dang. Oh, was that it? That was actually pretty smart of Greninja, actually. He used the shadow to get rid of the smash attack, actually. Speaking of, by the way.
Oh wow! What a strong attack from Greninja.
Yeah, Greninja, who's running the Demon Style Meloetta Happy Mask Salesman. But now we have Bowser, or Mort, I should say, with Tank Style Sothis. Sothis being that 100% recovery. Are they just hoping that Morton just stays in there long enough to do what he needs to do?
Oh, and Greninja connects to this final smash.
Ooh, that's not gonna kill, but it's gonna do plenty of damage.
Wow, takes more, yeah, all the way up to 60.
Yeah, Greninja, what did they feed you today, my boy? Oh, well, actually, 3%, and there he goes.
Wow, yeah, Morton has his Sothis.
The Sothis proxying on Greninja was probably not what they were hoping to happen. They were probably hoping for him to do at least something to Pokemon Trainer after this.
Yeah, but you know, it's still entirely possible. Oh, there goes Greninja, and I mean, it's an even match except for the fact that Morton's already used up his build.
Yeah, but it is against Squirtle, who is the lightest member of the Pokemon trio. So if there's anything to get, if there was a Pokemon to get an early kill against, it is Squirtle.
Oh my goodness, I don't know if he can recover from that. No, he can. Okay. He goes pretty far.
But right now, Mort needs to do something. He's about to get his final smash. Gonna do some damage, but I don't think it's gonna kill.
Nah, it's not a very powerful killing final smash. Even on a lightweight like Squirtle. But now, now Squirtle has turned into Ivysaur, which is, I think, very good for them.
Yeah, and I think he's trying. I think Mort is trying to use the explosives in order to launch inside. Oh, here comes Charizard now. Oh, I think Charizard's not the best thing for Mort to deal with right now because I think Pokemon Trainer's trying to take out Mort right now and trying to finish him off.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, you know, Morton's keeping even with him in damage.
That is true.
Oh my goodness. He manages to torch Morton as he's getting back to the ledge to frame him, I think. And, yeah, that prevents Morton from getting back, even with his abandoned ship.
Yeah. Ice Climbers, who are running Demon Style, Happy Mask Salesman, and Halberd versus, well, not Squirtle. And honestly,
one good hit will take out Squirtle here. Easily.
Yeah. That was probably not the best choice to swap into Squirtle because, yeah, it's faster, but it's gonna leave him a lot more vulnerable. Ooh, right now, Ice Climbers need to take out Squirtle right now, actually. The damage is being stacked on. They need to take out Squirtle now if they want to have a proper chance.
Yeah, Squirtle's almost at their final spot. Nope. Okay. And in comes Ridley.
Ridley, who is running Brick Wall style Sothis. So Ridley is going to be the hard one to take out right here. One good thing about Ice Climbers is that their final smash it does surprisingly good damage when they can connect when the enemy hits it. So if they can get Ridley up to a certain percentage, or if they can take out Ridley before anything happens. Oh, like right now.
Oh my goodness! Stage morph kill for both of them. Wow.
Oh geez, now it's a dead even match now.
Yeah, it's a dead even match going into the final stock. Olimar versus Bowser.
Olimar or Alf running Big B style Gold Mario versus Bowser, who's running Forgetful style Halberd Piston Hondo.
Interestingly, this is like the Olimar outfit that's like Alf is dressed up as Olimar. That's what this costume is. So anyway.
One thing the only thing I'm thinking is, out of all the characters, Bowser's probably the best one equipped to handle a Gold Mario build, because he does so much good burst damage.
And he has some good command grabs as well.
Yeah. But they're dead even right now in damage, and it is proving that doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, and Bowser keeps killing Olimar's Pikmin, so he keeps drawing purple Pikmin.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is going to come down to Final Smash, because both of them have really good Final Smashes when getting to it.
Yeah, I mean, Alf's is more for damage, I would say.
The Rocket can finish, though.
Yeah, on the right stage at least.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that that the water kills Pikmin, except for blue Pikmin.
Oh right, I do love the dedication to the main source material for that one.
Right.
Though I'm sure Alf does not appreciate that right now.
Yes, but I think that's part of why he keeps needing to draw way more Pikmin than he'd want.
This is dead even. Neither side is giving leeway. Bowser is the closest to his Final Smash.
Yeah, and we're getting a stage morph. I don't know.
Oh?
Okay, Olimar gets the Final Smash. I don't think he will connect with the explosion, no. And Bowser is almost at the Final Smash. If he gets it, he will win. Guaranteed. But he doesn't!
Oh!
At the very last second, if Bowser had survived that, he would have pressed the Final Smash button and he would have won.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it was because of the stages.
The stage being a walk-off, yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Honestly, a pretty good stage choice from Pintsize here.
Yeah. Often enough, stages do matter in a match, but it never matters to that kind of extent. At least not in the long time.
Yeah.
Jeez. Both sides did really well this match. Like, you could tell from this scoreboard right here. Each character had at least one good matchup. One good match.
Yeah. But interestingly, I believe Pintsize is the only team this week that has benched the same character as last week, that being Villager. I'm curious what they're going to do with Villager, considering Pac-Man was running Meloetta this week.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to try something new, or they're going to try to keep them as separated as they can, but I think eventually they're going to be on the same team, right?
I would imagine that they technically don't need to, but considering Villager is one of their best, and I think the reason they've benched him is because they're confident in Villager, I would be surprised if they benched Villager every other week.
Yeah, honestly. Is Pac-Man or Kirby considered their weakest?
Pac-Man I'd consider their weakest right now, for sure.
Okay.
But,
okay.
I guess on to the final match of the week.
Oh, yes.
For our final match, we have Team Mystic versus Classic Mode Champions.
Classic Mode Champions. They're always a threat every season. So is Mystic, but I think did they do any big trades this season, or have they?
No, not at all. Exactly the same team as last season.
Okay. Well, oh, go ahead.
I mean, it honestly might be to their detriment, if we're being honest, because I feel like they've been struggling, trying to get Mario to work, trying to get Luigi to work.
Yeah. Link has been consistent. Falco, on and off consistent, I would say. And honestly, for Classic Mode champions, they are limited in their roster in that regard because they are only able to go up to Melee, correct?
Yeah.
In terms of like their roster.
Yeah.
So they don't have the biggest pool to pull from. Mystic, on the other hand, they do have a big pool to pull from. Any character that has is involved with or has magic, correct?
Yeah.
But maybe we're wrong. Maybe they figured something out during the off-season for these characters. Maybe they figured something new.
Yep. Last week, Classic Mode Champions lost pretty handedly, and Mystic also lost last week. So both
was it a
for
close match or
close match? I think versus Beast Battalion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
they're both looking for a reason to win.
Yeah, both looking for their first win in the preseason. So let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Mystic versus Classic Mode Champions.
Now, the first matchup is going to be Zelda versus Mario. Now, Zelda is running that forgetful style Soren, Halberd, and Mario is running Demon style Aerial, and Candy Kong.
Yeah. So Zelda on sort of her normal build, sort of tanky with some buffs to her magic damage, whereas Mario is on basically once he hits 80, I think, he will get massive buffs to all of his stats for a few seconds.
Which he's about to get to.
Here we go. Now, will he hit? Because so far he's only done 11 damage to Zelda. He just needs to hit her with anything, just any combo.
He hit twice.
Yeah. I think it's about to run out.
Mario, channel that one scene from the movie. Come on.
Nah, it doesn't seem like he's doing much. Yeah, and there we go. And he only managed to get her up to 32 from 11. That was basically dealt 20 damage with his stats boosted that high. And there he goes.
There he goes. Yeah. Oh, well, I would say canon matchup, but I don't think Link has ever fought. Wait, no. Twilight Princess. Ganondorf possessed her. So.
Yeah, and this is arguably Hilda.
Right, and he did fight Hilda as a boss.
Yep. So there you go.
Although, I will say Zelda has been on her game. Maybe Mario just didn't have an opportunity because look at Zelda right now. Now, this is their map. This is Shadow Moses is Team Mystic's choice of map right now.
Yeah. And it's one I don't believe they've used before, so it's an interesting one to try.
It seems to be working for them right now because look what Zelda's able to do. Maybe it's because of the close range that the enemies can't really stay away from her.
I mean, look, what are they supposed to do about that Phantom Knight? And there goes Link, and her final smash isn't going to do anything to Falcon. She won't really need it.
Yeah, is this...
Oh, unless...
Oh,
this might kill. No. This might kill. This kills! Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Zelda! Just stand in the blast zone and use your final smash. It sucks him in from everywhere on the stage. Oh my goodness.
And Zelda did that perfectly too.
And
did Zelda go to college with this level of brain?
I don't know. I mean she is sort of the the tech character, the scientist character of the series in Breath of the Wild, Zelda. At least. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I guess it could be argued who is the smartest character among all the Smash characters, but my words, Zelda is still doing damage.
She's got Luigi up to 94 Gs. Okay.
This is Diamond, right?
Yeah. I mean, we don't track stats in the preseason, but this is for sure Diamond.
Yeah, my word. I think this is the second Diamond of the day.
There goes Luigi. Will she get the full sweep is the question. Nobody's ever gotten... I mean, there are multiple characters who have... No. Yeah, there are characters who have gotten 5 KOs. Nobody's ever gotten a sweep as the starter before, though.
Yoshi, who's running Rock Mario Majora's Mask Twin Tail, has to go up against Pit.
Dark Pit.
Dark Pit, Palutena, Robin, and Kazuya. I always love a good underdog story, but I don't think Yoshi has it in them to go through 4 characters like this. Do you?
He might get to Robin if he plays out of his mind. I don't think he's getting to Kazuya, let alone beating Kazuya.
Yeah, especially with the damage he has right now.
The fact that Dark Pit has already taken Yoshi up to 75, and Yoshi's arguably the best member of Classic Mode Champions.
I'm sorry, Classic Mode Champions. I don't think this is your week.
Yeah, I think. One, I think the Mario build wasn't, didn't work. 2, I think Mystic really found a good map to start Zelda on, particularly with her Final Smash. And that Phantom Knight. Yeah, that Phantom Knight covers the entire stage here. I'm not sure what anyone can do about it on this stage.
Yeah. Although I don't think they'll always be starting off with Zelda, because otherwise it'll become predictable and there will be counterplays.
And I mean, they won't always be starting home map, right?
True. That is honestly true.
Anyway, Yoshi makes it to Palutena. Not bad. Oh. I think Palutena might literally be the smartest character in the series, but she doesn't use the intelligence.
She does have a bit of a princess syndrome in the games that she needs to be saved, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, not that she necessarily needs to be saved. She's just sort of a bit of a klutz, I guess. Oh, there goes Palutena. Oh. And hey, Yoshi's bringing this back. Like I said, he played out of his mind and he made it to Robin.
Oh, that is actually incredibly smart by Robin, actually. Holding on to Yoshi for the more fire damage?
Yeah, and just use the Final Smash, Yoshi. Just use the... Connects with it. Not going to do much, but it's going to get at least some damage on the board. Yeah. And manages to time out Robin's Ender Dragon, which is the more important part.
Yeah. Though... Yeah.
Yoshi survives. Yeah, manages to tuck against the wall.
Is this a bad stage for Robin? Because they're trying really hard to finish off Yoshi, but Yoshi is using the walls expertly to kind of stay in there.
I think this might just be a really good stage for Yoshi, for being honest.
Yeah.
There goes Yoshi.
Yoshi doing an incredible job trying to bring this back, but unfortunately is finally taken out.
Yeah, I mean, managed to bring it back to the second to last member. It got 3 KOs, but man, there's not much you can do against that Zelda start.
There really was not. I mean, in the fact that Link and Captain Falcon is one of their best up-close and personal fighters for that team, and even they couldn't deal with that Zelda oppression that was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Captain Falcon didn't even have a chance, did he?
No, and that's what I think is the problem. I think, like, what happens is if you have a starting matchup like this, or like with match 1 where it was Byleth versus Zero Suit Samus, where the strong character is just up front and just totally destroys your starter, then you just kind of gave them Final Smash meter.
And yeah,
and that'll just let them win more against the second and potentially third or fourth member of your roster.
And Link has had a history of being one of those characters that can stick in there and deal the damage, but does give their opponent plenty of damage, little ticks to get to their Final Smash, which was what Zelda needed.
Yeah, but I think Mario is the bigger problem. I think Mario gave Zelda so much Final Smash meter because you get it by dealing damage. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So by her completely destroying Mario, she just charged up and not taking any damage in return. She just charged up her Final Smash meter for free. But so I think, a different Mario build, I think will help.
It's probably needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is going to be all for this week. We saw a couple close matches. We saw a couple really big swings in one direction. So it'll be interesting to see. Next week, of course, is still testing. still preseason week 3, so we'll see if we'll see if teams are able to come back. If the teams that haven't had a win yet are able to do so.
Remember, everyone, these matches are learning experiences at the moment. These teams are not finalized. There could be some people could be throwing out test builds, and that could be explaining some of their characters' weirdness.
Yeah.
So this could be you can see a completely different team if your favorite team just got swept this week.
Yep. But that's going to be all for this week. Bye, everyone.
See ya.